am back with part 2 of personal branding mistakes you should avoid. Your personal branding, it determines who notices you. It determines what opportunities come your way and also how people perceive your expertise. In part 1, I shared 6 personal branding mistakes that hold people back. And I am not done yet. I'm sharing more mistakes that I see professionals make when it comes to their personal brand, and these are mistakes that keep them stuck and invisible in their careers. So let's get right into it. Number 1, I don't need a personal brand because I already have a job. Oh my gosh, I hear this one so many times. A lot of people think personal branding is just for entrepreneurs or people who are currently looking for a job. But that couldn't be any further from the truth. Your job is not your identity. Your personal brand will exist beyond your current role. So you're building a personal brand for your career, not for a job. So if you only start building your personal brand when you're job hunting, that's already way too late. By the time you need that visibility, that credibility and relationships, you should have already been building them way before you needed that new opportunity. So start positioning yourself now, even if you are happy in your role. Do share your thought leadership. Build a network of industry leaders around you. Build a brand that will help you attract opportunities instead of chasing them when you actually want an opportunity. Misconception number 2, I only need a LinkedIn profile. And then people have a LinkedIn profile and they never update it. LinkedIn is amazing. It's powerful. Having a profile, however, that's like bare minimum, right? So you want to make sure that beyond your profile, you're actually leveraging the platform, that you're actually using the platform to share content, to comment on other people's posts, to even just update your profile on a regular basis. Don't just create a profile and forget about it. And beyond LinkedIn as well, your personal brand is built through your reputation at work. How do people describe you when you're not in the room? Your communication style. Are you positioning yourself as an expert, or are you really just blending in? How do you contribute to your industry? Are you writing? Are you speaking? Are you sharing insights beyond your day-to-day job? So optimize your LinkedIn profile, yes, but don't stop there. Write articles, engage in conversations, go to networking events. Make sure that your brand is reflected where people interact with you. I always say, find yourself where other people in your industry and in your field hang out. That's the best way to increase your visibility and build your personal brand. Misconception number 3, I'll let my work speak for itself. This is not just a personal branding misconception. This is like one of the biggest career myths that I keep hearing over and over again. Your work is important, but if no one knows about it, it won't help you get ahead. The people who get promoted, invited to speaking engagements, or asked to lead projects aren't just working hard. That's the bare minimum. They're the ones who are actually visible and talking about what they do. So you want to make sure that you talk about your work strategically, that you share what you're working on, that you highlight the impact that you're actually making at your company, in your organization, and make sure that the right people are seeing your contributions. I'm an introvert. I don't want to build a personal brand. It makes me uncomfortable. Misconception number 4. Okay, trust me, I've been there. I know I'm laughing now, but I've totally been there. A lot of introverts may shy away from building a personal brand because they assume that it means you have to be loud, you have to be extroverted. You know, a lot of times I tell myself, like, I'm super boring. Like, I have nothing that's that interesting. I don't know how to dance. I'm not entertaining. I'm not making jokes. So for me, it was like, how am I actually going to make a personal brand? But what I realized over time is that building your personal brand doesn't mean that you need to be the loudest in the room. You don't need to be the most flamboyant. You don't need to have that charisma. Really, you can build your personal brand even as an introvert. And the best way to do it is to leverage the skills that you currently have to help you build your personal brand. If you're someone who's more comfortable writing, for example, then write articles, write blog posts, share thought pieces instead of being in a position where you need to speak or that you actually have to create videos, for example. Engage in one-on-one conversations or discussions instead of going to large networking events that may be overwhelming or may be tiring to you. So instead of trying to build your personal brand like everyone does it, focus on what works best for you. And it may take time for you to actually uncover what works best for you. But it's through your natural strengths, getting to know yourself, leveraging your skills and your strengths, deep thinking, listening, problem solving. These are your competitive advantage. And if you're an introvert and you actually don't know what strengths you have to offer, I do have a free quiz called the Introvert at Work quiz. The quiz will help you uncover the strengths that you have, and it'll show you how to position them to increase your visibility, your credibility, and your career growth. So take a look at the link in the description to get started with the quiz. Misconception number 5 is that personal branding is all about posting on social media. So your personal brand isn't just about what you post online. It's how people experience you truly everywhere. It's how you show up in meetings. It's how you communicate in emails or how you interact with colleagues. It's as important as what you share on social media. If you have a great online presence, but you lack that credibility in real life, your overall personal brand will definitely suffer. You know, one of my clients recently, she came to me after she missed out on an opportunity for an international speaking engagement. And one of the criteria for that opportunity was that you needed to have an online presence. And although she was an expert in her field, she'd spent years making great impact in the nonprofit field. She's a mental health professional, but despite all that she had to offer, she didn't get selected for that opportunity because she had no online presence. She hadn't updated her LinkedIn profile in over a decade. She was lost in her organization's brand, and people only associated her with her nonprofit and not with her individual expertise. She had no speaking reels, no media features, nothing to really showcase her thought leadership. So when people wanted to validate who she was, validate her credibility, it was questioned because there was nothing online to show for it. Yes, she was qualified, but her brand did not reflect her expertise. And so obviously when she came to me with this problem, we definitely worked together and helped her completely transform her personal brand to position her as a thought leader that she was already. And what we really did is we helped her to craft her messaging that really reflected her work and her vision instead of blending into her organization's mandate and mission. And I see this mistake so many times. I go on someone's personal LinkedIn profile and then I see the company logo in the banner. I see the about description of the company they work for in their summary. You have to think of your personal brand as something that is personal. As much as you're helping your company boost their employer brand, you can't mix up the message for someone to not even understand what skills you offer because it's all mixed into your company's brand. So that was a big thing that we spent a lot of time doing, separating her personal brand from her nonprofit's brand. We definitely optimized her LinkedIn profile from, all the sections of her profile, headline, featured section. We really ensured that the profile told the right story that aligned with the audience she was trying to attract. And in her case, it was to get more speaking engagements. And then she had some self-sabotaging behaviors or thoughts around who she was in her brand. She had a lot of doubts about visibility, feeling like she was bragging or that she was too busy to build a personal brand. So we definitely worked with her to reframe her mindset around personal branding so that she's able to showcase her expertise with confidence. And it was an amazing journey of seeing the transformation of her being someone who was doubting the power of personal branding, although she knew she had to do it, to now seeing her active on LinkedIn. I see her posting on LinkedIn regularly. She secured 3 speaking engagements and a media feature within months of working together. And really the best part is that these opportunities are not ones that she applied for. They came to her because her brand was finally working for her. Her brand finally reflected who she was and what she's able to do. So that shows you that your personal brand isn't just your LinkedIn profile. It's the bridge to opportunities, to credibility and impact. So if you're someone who's tired of being overlooked and you're really ready to build a personal brand that opens doors, let's talk. there's a link in the description to book a sales call with me. Point number 6, I'll build my personal brand when I have more time. You know what? If you keep waiting for the perfect time to start building your personal brand, you'll always find a reason to put it off. The best time to start, honestly, was yesterday. And the second best time to start is today. You can start small. Even one LinkedIn post per month, one networking conversation a week if you want, one speaking engagement a year can make a difference. And ultimately, what I will tell you, it's not about frequency, it's about consistency. So if you can ensure that you maintain that consistency, it will grow over time. So as I've been saying throughout the video, personal branding isn't just a nice to have, it's a necessity for your career. It will help you stand out, especially in the job market that we have right now, where there aren't that many opportunities. Building a personal brand is a way to help you stand out, to build credibility, and to build trust even before you enter the room or get an interview. It positions you for new opportunities, promotions, and career growth. So if you haven't seen part 1 of the personal branding mistakes, check out the video right here so you can catch up. I'll see you in that one.